Morning. Inspired to speak. As I get the inspiration by God, just as I get them, I just record. Nah, script nothing. So, yeah, so I want to share an experience that I have. I don't know, I had a few years ago, about 4 years ago. Even a little bit more than 4 years ago. And I didn't know how much that was for me until now. I thought it was for the person who was there with me during the time. But it's now that I got up this morning and I was in my doing my morning meditation through my devotion. The Spirit of God just inject me with that and say, talk about it. So I decided to just spend a little time and share with you. So I have a boat, and when I bought the boat, I bought a 75 horsepower engine on it. When it just finished, when it came out of the mold and everything was done, sailed it in Kingston Harbour. Revving the engine, it was fast. I never used to revving an engine so fast. As a matter of fact, I never did that versatilely revving an engine, so I was afraid. And fast forward, that was about 2021. Yeah, 2021. Fast forward a year later, 2022. I went to Patsy in St. Thomas to go draw a fish pot. Sea was very rough. And I remember we go across Portmont Harbour. For those of you who are subscribed and know Port St. Thomas, and for all the other fishermen who would have, encountered that during calm and rough sea. And I remember when we go across the harbour, we said jump the harbour in a fisherman term. We go across the harbour. And while I was there, I look at the waves and how dangerous. So I start look out of shore now and see how far I was from shore, and then I cling to a life jacket, a life vest, and I said to the captain, the guy who was sailing the boat, because I told we alone up on the boat in the morning, and I said to him that, yo, you know want a life vest, and him laugh. And I was amazed by how he was navigating the rough waters. Never know, say, a years of experience and putting trust in God, understanding the seas. When I tell you I come back, and when I looked at a wave where I surf, it was just the stern of the boat that was underwater, because we're up on the tip of the wave, I come down like the stern of the boat. And I was there sitting down, laughing and enjoying it. When I got to land, I said to him that, yo, man, I gotta see you there anytime. Yeah, big sailor, way, and all that. And him say, yeah, man. I'm say, how you do that? I'm say, you just gauge your wave, whatever. So I end up getting the boat from him and move it to Kingston, Portmore. So I was going to sea with my girlfriend then, and sometime I go by myself. But I always wait till sea well calm for God see. I never understand how there's so much. But I always want to see a little in a calm sea. I guess you guys have figured out the message when I try to show you. And one day I went early in the morning and I go out. Not much the weather catch, so I decided to come in closer to the islands that are close to Port Royal, near Port Royal. But I was still far out, miles out. And I was diving and I realized that the wind picked up. And I realized that things are get bad. So I pull the anchor, start the engine, let it drift off the reef first, because, to God be the glory that day. The breeze it had blow the boat away from the reef. So when it drift off of the reef, the engine, Tallfoot, for those of you who know Tallfoot engine. But I don't want you to think that this was about this lesson is about the boat, you know. When I started the boat, I realized that I have to go across Port Royal, the ship channel for Port Royal, and it was behaving the same way that I experienced a few months before in St. Thomas. And I said, God, I mean, I have to cross this, you know. And you know, you cannot use one steady rev. No. You have to rev according to the waves, to the tide. So you have to rev, you have to ease back, you have to rev hard, you have to go slow and whatever. Until I got around into Kingston Harbour now, where the breeze wasn't that as bad as it was outside, but you can feel it. I took my time and I go in. And I went home and I said to my girlfriend, hey, you always want to come and see when sea calm. You need to come when it rough. I went back, I think maybe once or twice after that without her, and it got rough again. Even worse than it was before. And it was like, yo, may I get better at this, because now may I get experience. Experience teaches wisdom, right? So my dear, so this day now in August of 2022, I remember we go to see the day before and see Kiama. We go shoot, me I dive and share a line, so I jump off of the boat at one spot. We never caught a lot of fish. And I was sailing across and looking at the water. I never know that it was so shallow, where you would have see the ship them anchor when they're there above you without nice sea. A part of there is very shallow, right? But it's not about the ship or the boat. So we catch a fish them. It's not about the fish either. Went home excited because the amount of fish we caught that day, we could have cleared the expense and put on something. And so we decided we have to go back. We decided we have to go back the next day earlier. But you know, we end up late. You know, got 4 hours late than we were supposed to. We initially planned, and 2 hours later than we got the day before. So we went and started. I realized the moment we reached out, them realized that the breeze already picked up, and I said to her, hey, we're not go far, you know, because a breeze, I mean, I like how it behave, and it now cut down. Start finding some fish. I had a little encounter with a shark, a little baby reef shark, but you know, it was a little bit aggressive, but it's not about the shark either. So right there and then, God answered the prayer and the request, the suggestion I made to her that yo, we have to come and see when it rough too. So we came back and we anchor at Lion Key, and we'd have some food on the boat, and we go out on the shore and sit down and we eat. Some tourists come by and them, you know, look at the fishes over there and whatever. Again, it's not about the tourists. This message is not about the tourists. And you know, we are say, get to the point, get to the point, get to the point. No. Sometimes, you know, we want to just get to the point and we not see what God is trying to do in our lives. So me have to go the route where I go. Apologies if me take too long, but I was inspired to speak, I'm speaking that way. Now, by the time we eat and we did we reason a little bit and we realize things are get bad. All the boat them on Lion Key are going now. 2 hours left out there. So to I say, yo, nah, go me now, the boat they go left me now. By the time the wave them are broke hard. Not as hard as the experience I had in St. Thomas at Portmore Harbour. So I said to her, she said, oh yeah, cross. I said, alright, just say if we go cross, we can cut across the ship lane right there so. I'm a point, I'm say right there so. Then we can stay in against the land side. we not go too close to where the breeze are going to blow up on the reef top over there. So, but in the so kind of when you cut across the ship lane, I don't know if it's because of the what I call it, like the valley, when the water it bounce up and whatever. I said, once you go in there, so we're good. And I remember the boat I go up and I go down and I go up and I go down and I go up and I go down. At one point, the boat bow got under the water and my reverend come out back and she call out my name and she grip the seat tight. I mean, when I got in and we park, she came out the boat and I turned on my phone light and I look on the seat and everybody asks me, what may I look for on the seat? I see her fingerprint. The way she gripped the seat, I thought that she would have bust it, you know, but it was fake. She never had an experience like that before. Experience teaches wisdom. And the message I try to give today, even though I'm gone over 11 minutes already, is that no care where you go through, brethren, no calm sea no make a sailor a great sailor. Remember that. No calm sea at all no make a sailor a great sailor. Because now, since that experience, me no sail my boat. It's not that I'm afraid, but me work outside of that. And the most me do when the come in with the fish, me go in right away and load the fish. I will sell them same place on the beach. But right now, I am experiencing a part of life where me never experienced before. And I want to get it smooth and I pray to God and I say, Father is only giving me the opportunity for strength. You can't gain strength without resistance. I ask the man who got the gym go work out. The weight is resistance for your body to recruit more muscle fibers, to grow stronger, to deal with forces like that and even greater. The continuous resistance is what gives you the endurance, the strength endurance to persevere. What if I had never gone out there 3 times prior to her or 2 times prior to her coming with me when sea get rough? I wouldn't have known how to navigate myself. And having someone else's life in that boat. Because you see, it did bad, you know. I mean, until I say it did bad like outer. Until I say it did bad like outer St. Thomas. You see, it did bad. Right? The sea did bad. I mean, now until I say it did bad like outer St. Thomas. But I tell you, say, I was there with the experience of the rough seas before. Remember what I observed with that captain, because he's very skilled. I can't even touch him shoes. Much just to put it on in terms of sailing. To big up himself for him there. Whatever you go through right now, remember say God is in control. Remember, God is in control. Because of how things are. We eat a little rough patch in our life and we just want to get over it without understanding the message, the lesson that God is teaching us through that encounter. So for those of you who is listening to this or are listening to this right now, if it resonates, just be patient. Because you know if they see to face rough waters or rough times. Same place upon land. It can happen in your job, it can happen in your relationship, it can happen in your family. And most importantly, the conflict that brings forth storm, every wind in our life always happen within us. Because we can't settle this. We don't know if we be patient. Alright? So, big up yourself. That's the message I was inspired to speak this morning. And I put an experience that took me more than 30 minutes to move from Lime Key into Kingston. I want to park the boat where I parked, I took 15 minutes or a little over 15 minutes to do that. When we get experience in our things, and we constantly do it, muscle memory and our conscious thought, we're going to realize that things are got done quicker than it was before. But we have to just continue. You don't get strength without resistance. Remember that.